going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on the articles that are being posted online, multiple sources, that we're going to be seeing an entire flashback episode in The Walking Dead Season 6. And afterwards, we'll get into some Q&A questions from you guys. So I wanted to get my thoughts on this one. I think it's pretty good news. We'll put the link in the description to an article from comicbook.com. It's after Comic-Con. Scott Gimple was talking a little bit about them doing some flashbacks and there being a flashback episode. So I wanted to get my thoughts on this. So I hope it's legit. I hope we're going to see an entire flashback episode because I do think it would be a lot of fun to see, depending on what they do with it. You know, if they... I don't know if they do something with Morgan with a flashback. I think is the most likely the most likely thing that we're going to see, which is good because there has been a lot of time that has passed from The Walking Dead Season 3 clear all the way up until now. So to get to see what happened to him between that time from way earlier on in the series until now, I do think would be definitely a fun episode to see, and also to kind of see how he's changed his philosophy, from how dark he was in Season 3, ready to even kill Rick, accidentally almost, till now to where he's actually, decided to go out and, find Rick and join this community and be part of it and to be a productive member. So I think that's probably the most likely thing. There's some talk, they put something in there on comicbook.com about possibly a Shane Walsh flashback or something like that. I highly doubt we'll see anything like that because John Berthal, of course, is busy working on, got a Punisher shirt on right now. So he's going to be in Daredevil Season 2. But, we could see some other stuff. We do know that there was the picture of Andrew Lincoln with Sarah Wayne Kelly. So, maybe a flashback for Rick, something like that, I think makes sense as well, too. And we saw Enid, of course, in the trailer. So we know that there'll be a flashback sequence with her. So I do think a lot of flashbacks would be good, and it does add a lot to the story, and definitely Morgan would be the one that I would like to see the most, just to see what happened with him. So let's get into a few Q&A questions from you guys. First one is from JuniorMalcolm, and he says, hey Trev, where in the comics Walking Dead, or where is the Walking Dead comic books compared to the TV series overall? So in terms of Walking Dead overall time, how far through the comic book storyline is the TV series? And I would say it's roughly at issue 77, 78, 76, somewhere around there, because it's not exactly the same time frame. You have different characters, you have different things happening, but around that. So it's basically, let's see, it's just over half because we're at issue 144 right now. So 77, 144, just slightly over half. Which is good because that shows that even though, we've had so many seasons with so many episodes and everything, it's not really catching up that much to where the Walking Dead comic book series is at. The Walking Dead comic book series is quite a bit ahead, so that isn't an issue, which is good. So that's the answer to that one. Next one will be from Colton Ogburn, and he says, hey Trev, I've got a prediction about The Walking Dead Season 6. In the trailer, we see Ron going batshit crazy, or at least he looks like it. I think Ron will go down a dark path and try to kill Rick, but Rick gains the upper hand and kills Ron. Thoughts? And then we have another one, or that first one was from Radical Z. The second one is from Colton. And he says, and he also has a Batman the Animated Series YouTube profile picture, so I love that, so I had to include it. Hey Trev, love the channel and thank you for providing Walking Dead related content over the long break. I was wondering if you think that Carl will end up killing Jesse's son Ron. So I wanted to kind of combine these. The first part from Radical Z, I don't see Rick killing Ron. I think that would be, I don't like that idea. But definitely zombies could kill Ron, something like that. I don't think he'll be a long-term survivor. No way. Maybe at most like a couple seasons, if that, maybe one season, But I would like to see, they could do something with Carl, because of course Carl, we can kind of tell, I don't know if you'd say he likes Enid, but, he hasn't met many girls in the zombie apocalypse, let's just put it that way, that are around his own age. So there's not a lot of options. So there's her. Who else has he met that's around his age? Nobody really. That's basically it. I mean, there was Lizzie and Mika, but they were younger and freaking crazy. So yeah, so that wouldn't, yeah. So there aren't a lot of options right now, right? There's not a lot of options for a young Carl in the zombie apocalypse. Later on, there probably will be, but right now there aren't. So I would like to see maybe something similar to the Rick, Shane, Lori thing, possibly with Carl, Ron, and Enid. That would be funny. But I don't know. Who knows if we're going to see that, because he does seem to be he gets along pretty well with Ron so far from what we've seen them talking about playing video games, stuff like that. But now that Ron's dad, of course, is dead, how is Ron going to feel towards Carl? He's probably going to hate him just because he's Rick's son and what happened and everything. So I'm interested and excited to see some pretty good drama between that, with that whole situation. But I would not see Rick killing Ron. I would think it'd either be zombies or it would be maybe Carl. But probably zombies, is a pretty safe bet, as well as the Cookie Monster. He'll probably get killed by some zombies as well, too. Next one's from Belgian, and he says, "Hey, Travis, up. Can you please do a review about Under the Dome, Season 3, Episode 4, without spoiling it too much? There's one interesting character there who was also a Walking Dead character in the TV series. I will not say who, but you will figure it out when you see the episode." I've seen it. It's Gareth. So Andrew West, he plays a character in Under the Dome for, a couple episodes so far. But yeah, I stopped doing the Under the Dome reviews. I reviewed the premiere. I thought it was good. I reviewed the third episode. And then, the last couple, I just watched them, and I'm just like, my God, this is terrible. This is horrible. And I don't really like to do reviews where I just, badmouth something like crazy, because if people are searching for it, generally they're looking for things they like. If they really don't like something, they're not going to look it up online, usually. So I try not to do that, because it just makes people angry. People who like it watch it, and then they get upset because I'm bad mouthing it, or it's, man, Under the Dome really, I think, should have ended probably last season, and it's pretty obvious they're just stretching it out now to get a third season out of it. And it's really contrived. It just feels like they're throwing characters in that have never been there. We're not planned out. They're just throwing circumstances in there. And the story is just like, it's like, really? That's what you got? That's the best you got? Like, you clearly haven't thought the series all the way through. And this is something that's great about The Walking Dead, is they think the series all the way through. They know what's going to happen next. They have a long-term vision for where they're going to go, what's going to happen. And they put in things along the line to make it fit, right? They just don't throw shit in there, well, some of the filler you could say they kind of do, but I think they plan everything out really well, and they do a great job. Under the Dome, not so much. Even though, granted, with that, they didn't know if they were going to get that many seasons, and they didn't initially plan on it. So it depends on kind of the flow and, what they wanted to do. But, yeah, Under the Dome has been awful. So that's why I haven't really reviewed it in a couple weeks. There's just been other stuff to talk about. I'd rather do a video like this talking about random stuff about The Walking Dead, because it's a universe I can take seriously and I can care for, because I feel like it's legitimate. It's not just this contrived, thrown together piece of nonsense like sometimes Under the Dome is. I mean, sometimes it's great, but then you get episodes like this where it's like, terrible. Walking Dead has very few episodes like that. There are some, very few. You guys know the ones already. I've done my worst videos, top 10 worst episodes, stuff like that. Next one's from Jake Addison. We'll do a couple more. And he says, "Hey, Trev, my name is Jake, and I'm 16 from the UK. I've spoken to you before, but you may not remember me." Yeah, I remember you, man. Back in December. "I messaged you regarding examinations and watching your videos. You advised me to study hard and make my parents proud, but to still watch your videos." Well, you can watch the videos if you want to, man. So you have to watch the videos. Forget your exams. No. 6 months later, after taking your advice, I've done my examinations and done extremely well. I'd like to thank you for the support and advice you have given me. And I would like to wish you all the best and still love watching your videos. You're an inspirational person. Keep up the good work, from Jake. So thanks, Jake. That's awesome, man. And that's something I definitely want to share with you guys, younger viewers. I know it's the summertime now. So, people are, enjoying themselves, maybe, younger guys or girls, maybe summer job or whatever, taking some time off, relaxing. That's fine, whatever. But, that's definitely something that, those of you who watch the channel, especially to my younger viewers, I would recommend that if you work really hard on whatever it is you're doing, whatever you like, if it's school, if it's a job, whatever, you work really, really hard on it. Later on in life, you won't regret it. I can promise you that. I think personally, and the reason why I work so hard is because I know that down the road, years later, it will make my life better. And for you guys too, especially when you're young, you might be in high school or you might be in college. You might think, oh, it doesn't matter if I learn this or I, get an A or I do this or whatever. And people say, oh, your grades don't matter. But it's what you take from it. It's what you learn from it. What you learn about yourself. What you learn about what you enjoy. What you learn about, the world. And when you have more knowledge, when you have that level of understanding, you'll have more power and control over your life. You'll be able to provide more value in the market, and you'll be able to have a better life. So definitely something I would say is don't waste your time. Time goes by very quickly, and you really, as far as we know, I mean, you can argue it, but mainly you live once. So make the most of it and do the best you can. And great job, Jake. That's awesome, man. And anybody else who wants to send me things like that, go ahead. Especially you younger guys and gals, go for it, man. Don't hold back. Put everything you got into something, and it will make you happy for sure. Okay, one more. Let's do this. Okay, so this one's from Zeus, Zeus the God. I still don't know if this is the kid, the Zeus tuber, who I know of him. I don't watch other Walking Dead YouTubers generally because I work on it so much. I talk about it so much. I don't really like to watch others, but I know who he is. And I'm pretty sure it's him because he hasn't denied it yet. And all of my Q&A, he asked some good questions, though. Obviously, he likes The Walking Dead a lot. He says, hey, Trev, at the end of the trailer, this guy says to Daryl, and we don't know him. You guys know in the trailer who it is. He puts the gun to him. He says, here's the deal. You don't say shit, and I don't kill you. Then Daryl says, I ain't who you think I am. Who does this guy think Daryl is? Well, yeah, that's really hard to say. We can't really say for sure right now. We can do predictions and stuff like that. Could he think possibly he's a member of the Wolves? Could he think he's a member of another group, maybe a rival group or something? I think that makes sense. Or maybe Daryl's just kind of saying it like, he's... And afterwards, when he escapes, he chews through the rope and he's able to get away, that kind of thing. Or at least seemingly. We'll see what happens with that 100%. But, I think probably he thinks he's a member of another group that is maybe at war with his group or has killed some of his group. Or, the Wolves have been pretty busy, to be honest. They've been busy. It's also possible, too. He's kind of saying, like, I ain't who you think I am. Maybe he thinks he's weak and he's just going to sit there and, take it or something or just shut up and just sit there and die or be food for zombies. And he's kind of saying it like, you don't know, do you have any idea? It's kind of the Rick thing. Do you have any idea who you're talking to? Like, he doesn't know who Daryl is, and Daryl is willing to do pretty much anything to survive, chew through rope or whatever. But I think probably he thinks he's a member of a rival group. I think the Wolves have been pretty busy. Since there's more members of the Wolves, too, than what we saw in Season 5, I think that's a pretty sure bet. But it could be another group. Who knows, right? Because they've got to add in some other stuff, too. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, yeah, there's the video for you guys for today. I just kind of wanted to post something. Sometimes I don't have, that many good concrete topics. But it's the off-season right now. So rather than posting nothing, I'd rather just post something and answer some of your guys' questions, do some stuff like that, have some fun. Why not? It's good stuff. So thank you guys for the questions. Some great questions for this one. And I'll probably post another video for you guys in the next few days. I think I'm going to do a flashback review for The Walking Dead. Probably next Sunday. I think it's a good idea. I think we'll do a flashback for Clear. I think that's good. Yeah, it makes sense, right? It does make sense, especially with Season 6 coming up and Morgan and Rick being reunited. So I'll watch Clear this weekend, and I'll post a flashback review on Sunday. So heads up for that. Probably at around 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share it. Please favorite it. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one, guys. We'll see you again really soon. As always, it's Trev. Saying peace.